So I should do a little intro for those who don't know. Hi, I'm Ryan. Dude, come here. Come here. This is Dukas. Dukas T Husky. T stands for the. Super creative. And Michelle. Michelle is. Hello.
Hello.
Come say hi to the camera.
Hello.
This is Michelle. So we are at our kind of local woods. This property that a friend of ours has graciously allowed us to come and build trails at. So this is kind of a little personal project for us. So what you're going to see in our videos out here is a little bit of us working on the trails, doing some riding, talking about the process, and you know, hanging out in the woods. Some other videos we'll go and maybe look at some projects that we do for work. We do build trails as our job as well. So we'll check out some of those work projects and kind of see the difference of, you know, the level of work we're putting in for doing things for ourselves and versus what you know, gets done for commercial projects. So we can kind of talk a little bit about the right way to do things and just doing things sometimes. We'll endeavor to do decent work at the very least out here. But yeah, we'll talk more later. Dukas, you happy to be in the woods? I think he is.
Dukas.
Duke, trail. Come on. This way. Dukas. Hey. Come on. Get back here. Leave the critters alone.
Come on.
Dramatic television right here. The husky has found something. Oh, hear the big sniffles. Come on. Let it, leave it. Come on, dog. His sniffer doesn't work very well usually, but I think his ears are pretty good. I got a feeling he's like hearing stuff under the ground more so than sniffing it. Because like we'll put a biscuit right under his snout and he won't even know. Ooh, fun. All right, we're at the top of the first trail here, which is, oh, go back to this right here, called Cough Drop. So when we walked up, Cough Drop. And this has a shared start with the other trails called Two Plugs. Cough Drop, you typically start down here, ride that way. Two Plugs, you start from Michelle and Dukar, and then head down this spine, past them, and carry on that way. Today, one of the things we're going to do is look at opening up a quick connection in this direction, which will bring us to a couple of the trails that are in the works called Next Level and Shadero. Tell us what Shadero, what's your goal with that?
To get around Next Level. Because I don't want to go down the rock chute or the drop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honesty, I like that. So you want to be able to start on the spine here at the top of Two Plugs. And we need to head this general direction. See what we got for choices. So I'll have to take a few trees out of here to get through, but that's not the end of the world. Bright side, we'll be able to reuse them for a little boardwalk we need on Next Level. So a little stroll. So this is where Next Level is going to come through. It's pretty raw at this point. Literally is just cleared and like one bit of brush cutting through this section. A little bit, maybe a little bit of leaf blowing. But yeah, we need to put a little boardwalk through this gully here. And we're going to maybe have a peek at this tree that's already down and see if it's in a decent enough state to salvage. Now, it's definitely not going to be fabulous, but it's a free tree. And that's okay, because this is This is just something we're doing for fun. This isn't a work project. We don't need the bestest of the best for trees. This is for our own shenanigans. So if it's a little bit past its prime, that's okay, right, Michelle? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might use this guy, split it down the center, and make what's called the Gadberry Bridge. And we'll show you that later if that is what gets done. Yeah, so we need to connect a little bit over here. And this is basically just kind of a connection trail to help you get to this zone or backtrack to where the dog is. We can either try to go up between those rocks there or come a little higher and over this rock pile over here. What are you thinking? What do you like?
I think through the rocks.
And visually that would be super cool.
Yeah, and also, if you like do next level and then you want to go over to Cough Drop, it's a little flatter, where this you kind of have a mound.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Could manage to ride back up this.
Yeah.
All right, well let's put our saw gear on and do a little clearing. A couple little trees come down. These guys aren't too big, so I might be able to use them for some bracing for other projects. So that's good. They won't go to waste. First pass through here is done, so we've done a quick cut. Michelle's swapping out to do some sawing herself now. So a quick cut through, light rake, and a leaf blow. This is far from what you consider a complete trail, but we do have a pathway through towards next level. And that will do for today. We might, probably not today, but in the future, I think we'll utilize this rock that the chainsaw is sitting on, build a ramp up off of that so we have a little bit of a drop. And that would be, that's about waist height to the rock. Got another bit of rock down here, which would be the landing. So build a little lander right around, scroll this up a little bit, right around here for about a 4-foot drop or thereabouts. But that can hold off. This was mostly needed as a connection point for now, and is not needing that stuff today. So Michelle, you're going to take over some sawing. What's your plan here?
I'm going to, well, hopefully make my way through clearing out Shaduro.
All right.
It's mostly just kind of scrubby little trees in there, so hopefully get that connected through, and then do some leaf blowing on it and see how it is.
Right on. So while Michelle's doing that, I think I'm going to head to the top of next level. We've got the shoot and drop working on that already. Got some clips we'll show you of that later. And at the very top, there's a little rock start pad that's kind of got a very janky little roller drop on it into a bit of a pit. So going to make that into something that's a bit smoother and get that upper section buttoned up. Off we go. Also, update. Dog, what are you going to do? Are you going to come with me? Okay, I'm going to take this as yes, because you don't like chainsaws, do you? No, too noisy. All right, so you'll come with me to top the next level then, right? Right. All right. Here we go. Tukas and I have made it up to the top of the next level. So this trail is going to start on this little spine here. And at some point, let's see how well you can see this on the camera, we're going to clean that pad out there as a bit of a chill zone waiting area. But for now, we will start here. And then we're going to make a little landing here. And then we keep going down towards the chute. So yeah, the goal is just to clean up that patch there. I'm just thinking of moving that rock, but I think I'm going to bring some dirt and smaller stones over instead. It's going to be a little bit easier going solo. Okay, I think that's going to do the job. So got a little landing there. It's kind of in the shadows, not hard to see, just enough to take the edge off. So you can roll down that little rock around the corner and head on down the hill. All right, I think that's about lunch break. Come on, Duke, lunchtime. Good boy. All right, lunch break's over, fed, and back in the woods. So after some consideration, I'm going to actually go ahead and try to fix this rough gully with the site rock as opposed to building a bridge here. Can't hurt to try. Rationale, these little logs off the side, they're not quite as good as I'd like. Again, this is just for fun, so I'm not too stressed about it, but it's definitely past its prime. And I'm not really interested in cutting down a big tree just for this section here. So I'm going to go ahead and level this out. Doesn't need to be perfect because big bikes. So stuff like that hole there is going to get cleaned out. Probably use this rock to fill in some other holes, like over here. And I think there's another one here. Yep, definitely a hole. So I'm going to start with that and see how it goes. So just gotta head up trail past the pups here, grab a couple tools to get started. Hey, blocking my path. Okay. So where we were working earlier today is actually up at the top of this chute here. So we'd be coming down this guy off this drop and down and out towards Mr. Dog. Be pretty fun. So a couple things. Set the camera down for a sec. Grab some whoppers. Whoppers, shovel. Tools should do the job. So I should note, in general out here, aiming for a fairly rustic trail system and hardened and improved surfacing where necessary for flow, risk management, fun, blah, blah, blah. But want to keep the natural flavor as much as possible. So, you know, these trails we're working on the woods here, the goal isn't to make them buff, perfect, you know, bike park flow trails by any means. We want to be able to keep the natural, keep the tech. And to be honest, I'm also like doing this for fun. So trying to save a little bit of time where reasonable, but you know, not so much that I won't, you know, enjoy the end product. But we can always go back and, you know, remove more of the duffy moss and backfill those holes of soil and rock in the future if we need to. But for the moment, we're just trying to get enough of a system together that it's fun to ride. So somewhere between the bare minimum and doing it right is kind of the goal. So let's have at it. All right, so need to change plans, kind of back towards the original plan. Michelle reminded me that we had a couple beams that we had to cut when we opened up the little connector trail above earlier today. So these guys will be long enough to span most of this dip. So what we're actually going to do is kind of a combination of both things we talked about. So I'm going to build up some rock pads on, whoop, there you go, there, either end that the logs will sit on. So I got a good chunk of that done. A few more holes like over there to fill in, but not too bad. That'll support the logs above this low point. Now I haven't seen this actually wet with any running water in it, but I do have suspicions that, let's turn around that here, if we were out here on a wet spring, that there would be, I'm just say water flowing here, but water pooling a little bit. So having a little bridge here is still going to be a good idea. And because I think it might be a little wet, I'm going to spend the extra time and debark those logs. So I'm going to come in with my draw knife and scrape them off so they dry out a little bit quicker and will last a touch longer. So that'll be on the next video, I suspect. So check back soon. We'll get those logs stripped and then a little boardwalk put in here. Yeah. All right, before I head out though, I'm gonna go and hike up and see how the roll-in at the top of this chute is coming together. So okay, at the top. So earlier today, put a little bit of dirt on this first rock roll. So long term, I think I'd like to move the boulder on the left over to the right so you can drop in on that. But for now, we will just do a little janky roll. Yoo-hoo! Well, folks, that's going to about wrap it up for today's little video. Thanks for hanging out with me and spending some time with us in the woods today. So check back next week. We'll have another video. Going to show some more trail building, a little more riding. And in the meantime, have fun, ride your bikes, and stay safe out there. Later.